One of the strangest things that we do as humans is that we may show a lot of compassion to other people and show none to ourselves. Now, the question is, why are we always so hard on ourselves? That is today's topic. We'll be focusing on the real reason why you're always criticizing or why you're always hard on yourself. But before we get to that, let me first introduce myself to my newcomers and say welcome. My name is Olerato, the founder of Dreamers Elevation Network. This is a place where we teach you how to use your skills and your passion and help you turn them into a profitable business. And for my lovely people who are coming back once again, I say welcome family. Let us dive in together on today's topic. So why are we really so hard on ourselves? The first thing is that we feel like being hard on ourselves, it serves as motivation, right? Most of the time people think that by pushing themselves too hard, it will keep them from being lazy. It will keep them from actually falling behind, forgetting that when you keep pushing yourself too hard, it will only lead to exhaustion and not progress. But they think that just being hard on yourself is the best thing that can lead you to really be progressive in every single thing that you're doing. So I'd like you to change that and understand that being hard on yourself or consistently criticizing yourself is not motivation. Rather, it's something that will make you feel exhausted because you'll never give yourself some time to rest. You'll always feel like you need to do this and do that and do that. Even though your body is telling you that I can't take this anymore, you keep pushing it until now you hit a point now where you can't even do anything anymore. And that's when now you start beating on yourself even more. You understand? So you see, this is really not gonna be something that's gonna help you. So you change from that. The second thing that leads people to consistently be hard on themselves is that they compare themselves to other people. You know, in the times where social media is a thing, people like to compare themselves because they consistently see the highlight of someone else's life. You see someone getting married, your age mates getting married. You see them buying a house. You see them buying a car. You see them progressing in a certain way. And you feel like you're lagging behind, forgetting that you have also made progress, right? So I encourage you to stop really comparing yourself to other people's journeys. It's really not worth it. Remember that in this world, everyone has a journey. Everyone has a plan, or God has a plan for every single person on this earth. Now, if you focus on what they are doing or what they are achieving, you will not feel like you're achieving anything because you now start measuring your progress with theirs. But remember, you are two different people. You can't possibly be comparing or measuring your progress with someone's progress. Now, the best thing that you can do in order to appreciate your efforts is to actually focus on your journey. Look back on how far you have come to actually see what you have really achieved for yourself and appreciate it. The third one is you are focusing more on your mistakes than your wins. This is why you consistently criticize yourself. Most of the time, example, you might be getting so many compliments in a day and only one critic. And the type of person who's always criticizing themselves, they now focus only on the critic that they had the rest of the day. They forget all the many compliments that they have had. So now, if you only focus on the mistakes that you've had, yes, it's automatic. You won't appreciate where you have come from, or you won't be able to appreciate the wins that you have. This is why it's important that you need to now focus on your achievements than the mistakes that you have made. Because get this, we are humans. We are bound to make mistakes. You might not always get 100%. You might get 99.5, or you might get 90% or 80 or 70. But what matters is you have made progress. So you need to understand that focusing on your mistakes will always make you feel like you are behind. So don't focus on that, because again, when you look at it, you might understand that your mistakes are really not that bad. But because you focus on them, you are catastrophizing them. They become so much bigger than they actually are. So focus now on your wins and on the compliments, and forget the critics or the criticism that you're getting. Only then can you appreciate what you have done for yourself. The fourth one is your standards keep on moving. The other thing that will make you criticize yourself is that you never really stop to appreciate where you are. You achieve this big thing. Instead of actually sitting there rather than actually absorbing it and appreciating it, you set another goal. Now your life is consistently from achieving this, doing the next, achieving this, doing the next thing. So when you're doing that, you won't really be able to see how far you have come, and you won't be able to appreciate what you have done for yourself, because you get a job. The next thing is let's earn more money. The next thing is let's buy a house. The next thing is let's buy a car. It's always the next thing. That is why you never really feel like you have achieved anything in your life, because you never really stop to appreciate the progress that you have made. So stop doing that. The fifth thing is the reason why you are not, or the reason why you're always criticizing yourself is that you don't speak to yourself the way you speak to your friends. For example, if your friend made a mistake that you did last week, or the mistakes that you have ever made in your life, how would you speak to them? And usually when that happens, you'll be more understanding, right? You'll understand why they have done that, because they are your friends. But if it were you start calling yourself a failure. What were you thinking? What was going through my head that I did that? You start saying those things to yourself. But if it were your friend, you speak to them differently. So you need to adopt that thing. The way you would have spoken to your friend with the mistakes that you have made, start speaking to yourself like that. Because if you give yourself that compassion, you'll be able to appreciate every single thing that you have done for yourself, and you'll be able to feel fulfilled. Because if you only speak to yourself in a harsh way, the relationship that you have with yourself is going to be destroyed. Achieving in life won't be as fulfilling, it will be more painful. Because if you don't do great things, you're going to feel bad, because you always want the best. The problem is we always require perfection from ourselves, but we are not perfect beings. No one is perfect in this world. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. We learn from our mistakes, but we like to think that having mistakes is something that is very bad. Only if it's us. When it's another person, that's good, but when it's us, it's a different thing. So start changing that. Only by doing that can you stop criticizing yourself, and you'll be able to live your life with fulfillment, happiness, and you'll be able to appreciate the progress that you are making. And by appreciating the progress that you are making, you keep having more faith in the journey that you are in the life that you are envisioning for yourself. If at all you want to really learn about the things that you can do in order to, be grateful to yourself, or to actually see how far you have come, I have a PDF. It's a self-reflection PDF that can actually help you to see how far you have come. What can you do from here to where you want to be, right? It will help you in those areas. So if at all you want this PDF, I have linked it on the description. You can download it for free and use it however you see best. And another thing, make sure that you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. As you're asking yourself those questions, don't be hard on you. Be honest, but don't be cruel to yourself, alright? That is the best way for you to navigate this life, or this journey of success, or this life where now you're trying to understand you and actually have a great relationship with yourself. And yes, that is what I had for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and press that bell button to get notified whenever I'm posting a new video. So yes, I'll see you on my next one.